Okay, good morning. In the session of the physical, we'll start with the next part of this molecular spectroscopy. Till yesterday, we discussed about the basic part, which is required for the that particular molecular spectroscopy. We have seen the polarity of the molecule. Then we talk about the dipole moment, bond moment. Okay, how the dipole moment is calculated and how the dipole moment is useful in determination of the structure. Okay, then in that particular, you can say, in the identification of the isomer that we have seen already. Okay, isomers in the sense we have seen para, ortho, meta isomer, then cis and trans isomer, and in the structural determination of the different molecules, that may be the linear, triangular, angular, tetrahedral, like that. Different examples we have seen yesterday. Today we are going to start with the main that part of the spectroscopy. First type of the spectroscopy is nothing but a rotational spectroscopy. We will see in detail about this rotational spectroscopy. First of all, while particular spectroscopy, we should know what is the spectroscopy. Already I have shown that video to you. In that you have got the idea about the spectroscopy. Spectroscopy is nothing but a study of the interaction of electromagnetic radiation with the matter. Then, while studying this particular spectroscopy, we require the electromagnetic radiation. How that electromagnetic radiation comes? Electromagnetic radiations that having their spectrum. There is a wide range of this radiation is there, starting from the gamma ray and end at the radio waves. Depend upon the frequency they are arranged. As per the wavelength is concerned, the radio wave is having the largest wavelength. Okay. And in terms of the frequency, it has a very less frequency as compared to the gamma ray. There is an inverse relation between the frequency and the wavelength that you should know always. When we are talking about the physical chemistry, at that time frequency, wavelength, then what is the velocity, what is the momentum, that terms you should remember. What is the velocity, what is the frequency, what is the wavelength. These terms you should know. These are the basic terms we are studying from the I think so from the 7th, 8th, like that. Okay. Then electromagnetic spectrum. This term is used to indicate all types of the electromagnetic radiation. It is divided into different regions. First one is the gamma ray. You can see the gamma ray having the frequency 3 into 10 raised to 19 to 3 into 10 raised to 18 hertz. Then their wavelength is having raised 10 raised to minus 2 to 10 raised to minus 1 second. Okay. Then X-ray is there. See the frequency of the X-ray 3 into 10 raised to 18 to 3 into 10 raised to 16 hertz, and wavelength is in the range of the 0.1 up to the 10 nanometer. Then vacuum UV, visible, near IR, mid IR, far IR, then microwave and a radio wave. Especially whatever the rotational spectroscopy is there, जो कि हमें स्टडी करनी है, that comes under the microwave region. The microwave radiations or say microwave region is used to study this particular rotational spectroscopy. Far IR or microwave region from that particular year 100 meter per inverse to 1 centimeter inverse is used. That is very much important. Here it is given in the meter and centimeter. Okay. That region, generally the region used for study of this microwave spectroscopy or say rotational spectroscopy is that the source of microwave radiation it may come for the MCQ. That particular region, which region is used for rotational spectroscopy, that is starting from this 100 meter per inverse to the 1 centimeter inwards, and a source of microwave radiation of this particular 96500 megahertz is produced. See, the intensity of this particular radiation is 96500 megahertz, or so you can call frequency of this radiation is about 96500 is produced. Missing term is there. You can see here. The source of microwave radiation is a klystron tube. This is a monochromatic radiation of the 96500 hertz megahertz is produced by this particular klystron tube. This is source of that particular radiation is used for the rotational spectroscopy. Then rotational spectra of the diatomic molecule we have to discuss in detail. See, for this simple diatomic molecule, we are treating diatomic molecule as a rigid rotor. What is a rigid rotor? Means one bond is there. If you consider any diatomic molecule, there are the two atoms, they are connected by the bond, right? That bond will be the rigid one, where the two atoms will look like the points. Okay, the point fixed at the two ends of this particular rod. That's why it is called as a rigid rotor. Why the rotor? These atoms will rotate across this bond. The simple diatomic molecule considered as a rigid rotor, which consists of the 2 point masses joined by a bond assumed to be rigid at equilibrium distance. The diatomic molecule possesses the following types of the rotational motion. अभी कौन से टाइप के रोटेशनल मोशन है? There are the three types of the rotational motions. One is the rotation about the bond axis. Second, end over rotation in vertical plane, and end over rotation in the horizontal plane. What do you get from this word rotation about the bond axis? Atoms will get rotated across the bond only. Let's say I will show you the example here. See, if this is a diatomic molecule, here this is the one atom is there, and this is the another atom, and this is the bond, right? These two atoms are there. See, this is the red color one and this is the pink color one. They are just rotating across the bond. This is the one type of the motion. इसे क्या कहेंगे हम? One type of the motion. This is a rotation across the bond. These atoms will rotate across the bond. You are getting that motion, I think so. दिख रहा है सबको? Are you able to see that?
Yes, sir.
मतलब एटम जो है बॉन्ड के अक्रॉस क्या होते हैं? रोटेट होता है ऐसे. ओके. नाउ वर्टिकली मीन्स लाइक दिस. हॉरिजॉन्टली मीन्स क्या? उधर ही ऐसा. हॉरिजॉन्टल प्लेन में रोटेट होना उसे कहते हैं end to end over rotation in the horizontal plane, and another one is the end to end rotation in the vertical plane. See, the arrows has represented over there. Vertical में कैसे ऊपर जाएंगे, horizontal में जगह की जगह पे वो घूमते रहेंगे. That is, and the three types of the rotations are possible. Then the very much popular two questions are there based on this particular rotational spectroscopy. One is the how will you determine the moment of inertia for a rigid rotor, and the second question you have to prove that, or say you have to show that The frequency of separation between the two energy levels in the rotational spectra is of the 2b0, or say simply 2b. That we have to prove. These two questions are there. In the subjective, they are the fixed. Okay, in the objective, what will come, I will discuss with that. That you have to remember, in the rotation, three types of the different rotations are possible. One is the rotation about the bond axis, end over rotation in the vertical plane, and end over rotation in the horizontal plane. That you have to remember. Okay, here we will stop, and remaining part we will see in the next lecture, because it will not get complete within this short period. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.